Cause I'm a broken soul, yeah, trying to find his way. And I pray to God that I will someday.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Vulnerable Reps podcast, where we have workouts and deep conversations. In today's episode, we're gonna be interviewing Sassoon, who's been on Beverly Hills Housewives. She's a wellness influencer. She's a sobriety warrior. She's the daughter of the most famous hairstylist in the world, Sassoon, who really changed the game when it comes to doing hair all over. And she's just somebody who has a very powerful story of how you can have everything in life, but yet still feel empty inside. How sometimes in life we're not living for ourselves, we're living for others. And I'll tell you what, right now, Jim Carrey says it the best: depression stems when you're trying to be somebody else for the world. So stay close to this episode, because we're about to show you guys how to live true to who you really are and the way that God made you. Thank you so much for being here today.
Hi, baby.
Yes. I've been looking for this for a long time.
You know what? We have been texting and reaching out about this for a long time. And look.
And now it's happening. Mm-hmm. All right, Eden. Some big hugs, huh?
Like that's our connection.
That's our connection.
Yeah.
That's why we're going to Bali.
No one has to talk. We could just sit here for an hour and hug.
And just do that? The whole episode just us hugging?
Would you guys get it?
Just hugging? Some people probably watch the whole thing like,
yeah.
Ooh.
You see that, Brad?
Yeah. So for those, because I know you really well, but for those who don't know you, what's like a quick little introduction of like who you are?
I mean, there's like even that question, I could say like what people want to hear, and like, oh, she's the daughter, Vidal Sassoon, legendary Vidal Sassoon, and by the way, he was.
Yeah.
And like she was on Housewives, and she had 2 Pilates studios and a hair salon, and she went to Beverly Hills High School, and she dated this guy, and it's on YouTube, you could look at it. She did this with this person. I mean, it's like, what do you want to hear? Who am I?
Yeah, who are you?
I'm like a seeker of truth and love and like compassion, and I tell all of who I am, like truly who I am and what I go through. I even tattoo shit on my body all over, like truth with love, kindness, joy, like God, all of it, because I'm here to have this experience, and as painful as it's been, and overcome things or get through them, it's a journey, to share that with other people. So like all those labels, now at 52, I'm trying to break them away. Like I'm not getting somewhere or finding more money or more this or more that. I'm stripping away what I've been told to believe about myself.
Right.
So it doesn't even make sense. So when you ask me who am I, or explain to people, like, I don't know, you might want to find out, or like I'm willing to be present with you and hug you for 5 minutes, and you might be like, yes, or no thank you. Right? I'm sober. That's a big part of it. And I think in being present, truly, truly, truly present, and like being present, like that's who I am. The awareness of like this I am, like that, just from here, not from here. This thing fucks me up every day, all day.
Right, the stinking thinking.
Shut up. Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in a nutshell, that's who I am.
No, I love that. Yeah, and I think that's why this episode's gonna be so powerful, because I love that you said that, right? Sometimes we think we have to be this, have that, look like this, or we grow up with, my father was this person, my brother was this person, my family's this name, right? And then sometimes that can kind of shadow us.
Well, it's also interesting, like I used to write like, Eden Sassoon on my Instagram or whatever. Eden Sassoon, hair, like this, Pilates owner, blah, 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 kids, mother, sober. And I'm thinking, those are all the things that I want to get away from. These attachments of like, you're that.
Yeah.
No, I'm not that. I'm like this. And what does that look like in any present moment? Like what? You can't really put a finger on it.
Yeah. Well, let's start there, right? So let's take a seat and let's figure out who you were, what that journey looked like, right?
Let's go, yeah.
And then we're gonna get into some Pilates after that, which I've never done.
Oh, baby.
And then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Okay, so you'll be sitting right there and I'll be right here. Okay, perfect. So for this phase, what we'll do, Eden, is, I kind of want to hear the journey of you being on Beverly Hills Housewives, growing up with the father that's famous like that, all the things that you were, achievements, that version of you, right? When you were chasing everything. Kind of run me through that story. What was it like, your childhood like, and to getting to that place of all this success?
People like today, like, where are you from? And I'm like, well, I was born in New York, but they moved here. They, who's the they? They moved me here when I was 6 months old. As if like there was this big thing happening. And technically there was, there was me, my brother, my sister. And my dad's company was moved from London to New York. He had 3 kids, and then we all moved to Beverly Hills. Big. What did I know? Nothing, right? What did I feel? Like in retrospect, granted I don't know at 6 months old, but like there was always people around. There were big houses and people and cars and...
Because your dad was very successful at this point, right? When
yes.
You're, okay.
Yes, at this point he was very successful. And I just couldn't find peace. I was always very sad and just looking around and like quiet and shy. But remember, I was the youngest at that time of 3 people, 3 children. And then because my dad was put in an orphanage as a young boy, they adopted my brother David, a young half black, half white boy. And so it was just like, it was like right now, I was like lost in a big world, just trying to find peace. And I think I'm gonna cry already.
That's good.
I think that's just been my life until more recent.
Why do you think you always felt lost as a kid? You know, you would think kid has family with a lot of money, they have a house, they have all these nice things. You would think the kid would have the best life ever. Why do you think you always kind of felt?
Now I think I know, because now I understand that it's about that connection. And I didn't have any of it. I think everyone was lost just trying to find some sort of connection and peace within. Thank God I had my nanny, because she gave me the love I needed. Not that my parents didn't, but they only gave me what they knew that they could. But she was like the pillar, the ground for me. So I think just in the search, in finding that, I was lost, because nobody knew to connect. Nobody knew to hug. Nobody knew to make me feel like everything is okay. And at the time, yeah, I did. All my needs were met. Every single one of them. But not this one. Not.
Yeah, externally they were, but not internally.
Yeah.
So you're feeling like that, you said like your whole life. So I'm guessing, do you just kind of like, you know, graduate high school? Do you go to college? Like, what does that look like when you start like?
I graduated, I went to 5 different colleges. I'm always like on the search. I never could stay put in one thing. I remember as a young girl, my dad, you know, food was my first addiction. And that's not.
When did that start, would you say?
Oh my God, probably at 7, and then around 11, I got a little chunky girl look, and my dad sent me to Weight Watchers Fat Camp in Colorado. My brother and I sent us both. And I thought, like, wait, what am I doing here with all these children? We weren't any different. I had some of, you know, great friends that I had, but I had a problem. And it was food, and he was gonna get ahead of it before, you know, it really got me. Well, I think it really just sort of fucked me up more. Excuse my language. But it's not even about the food, it's the search for that thing that I'm lost.
Yeah.
So once again, I'm lost. Let's send her somewhere to get better. No, that didn't work. So that being said, is like I never finished anything. And then he like would get me trainers to wake me up in the morning to work out. So this obsession with workouts, and that like I love fitness.
So you fell in love with that, yeah.
I fall in love with every trainer I had. Yeah. So men became my addiction. Like
so you have the food addiction, you have this addiction to fitness, now addiction to the trainers, right? Love.
And nothing was ever filling that lost space inside. Nothing. And then I found alcohol, and that would just like bring it out even more. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get him, and oh, I can, and oh, I'm enough when I'm drinking.
When did you get into drinking?
I think I had my first drink. For me, I was 15, because I had a sister who was already an addict by the time she was probably 11. Married at 15. I mean, the Sassoons that came ahead of me, 2 of them are not with us today from this disease. So I watched that. So I got into drinking at 15, and I knew but the minute I got into it, we all went out, and I was like, oh, this is fun. He's cute. Like, I'm in this. This is cool. And you know what? And someone's like, you're going to be just like your sister. Meanwhile, my mom's a recovering alcoholic as well. And I said, no, I'm not. And if I am, that's okay. I'll figure it out. And the alcohol just made me feel better, right? But it's not even about the alcohol. It's like, what can I find Then when I had enough money to buy the nice car, or my parents, to get the nice car, to get the nice shoes, to have the nice bags. You know, it was just painting this picture of this little girl who's lost and just wants love. Like truly just wants to be loved and be able to give that. And I didn't understand the concept at all. So I would just find it in everything, and none of it would work. None of it.
Did you, when you went to college, you said you did 5 times, did you ever graduate college, or did you just try? Okay.
No, I went to Chapman, and then my dad bribed me to go to American University in Washington with a new car. So I got the car, I went to American for a semester. I came back, I went to Pepperdine. After Pepperdine, I went to Antioch. Like I just could never finish anything.
What was it about college? Was it just not stimulating for you? Did you find it boring to you? Was it kind of like?
No, it's really hard. My brain cannot focus like that. I have to put like 5 times the amount of energy into one class than somebody
I get that.
could. It was really, really, really hard. And I was social, and I'm a people person. I don't want to sit in the classroom learning.
I want to talk to the person next to me all day. Hey, what are you doing? Right? Stop talking. Oh, my bad. Yeah,
I studied psychology, and I loved it, and sociology. So and philosophy. Those were my favorite classes. But I couldn't, I felt it once again, like put in another box. And I needed to be free. So no one ever taught me, even though that was his goal, was consistency and to follow through. I didn't know how.
Were you at that point, were you not going to therapy to kind of understand the language of like?
I was in therapy, thank you.
Okay, so you were?
But I was in therapy because my mother was an alcoholic. I was in therapy because my sister was too off to the races in every which way. I was in therapy for, Scotty Conn, who was my first boyfriend, and it took me forever to get over. I was in therapy because I was that broken, lost little girl. Not like, what's going on? Like, you're not following through. Not teaching me the 12 steps of AA.
Right.
Kind of just sitting talking about my problems, which.
And what would the therapist tell you at that point? Would she kind of try to explain to you why you probably feel like that?
She was always, there was one of them, a couple of them, that one said, do you ever think about what your name means? And I was like, whoa, like why did they name me Eden? So she kind of thought outside the box, which I loved.
Yeah.
And then I think they would just listen to me fucking blurt shit out constantly, and so, like my recent therapist, and I love him, but I don't need it anymore. I know how to talk. I can sit and talk to you and without paying you and get more information than then. So they were trying, and I mean, that's a whole other system that probably needs to be broken down, but what would they tell me? What could they tell me? There's a poor girl who has the world at her, in her hands and her feet and whatever she wants and needs, but she's lost, and I don't know how to help her. How do you answer an esoteric question with a therapist, and at a young age?
Yeah, so a lot of times we really don't even know what's going on.
Right.
So it's hard for me to reveal something that I have no idea how to even speak about it, communicate about it, right? So for you, you're doing the college thing, it's not working because, focus problem, I always want to be around people, I can't, it's really hard academically to study. So then after you give up on college and all that, what's the next focus? Do you jump into a career? Do you get married? What's kind of the new thing that you're trying to okay, I got to get something?
Something. Well, I was always addicted to Los Angeles, right? Coming here and being sort of labeled, one of these little it girl type things. And I never really bought into it, but I had my friends, I had my group, we went out. It was very much, LA lifestyle. And
did you kind of have almost kind of when somebody's parents or somebody, you kind of can get into certain places, you can go here, people, kind of
but it was normal. And I never had the attitude of I am
using
bigger
it like
or
that.
better. No. My friends would want to use it for our benefit, and I was like, fine, then you do it. You say this, or you try to get us in here. I was not that girl. I was my sister and her friends were like that. I was not that person, and still am today. None of that means anything to me. It actually makes me uncomfortable, which is something I'm trying to work on. That is the truth. So why not just accept it, right? Because then I'm still struggling on the inside, trying to figure out as opposed to it's okay, Eden.
Right.
This is the life you were given. Use that in a beautiful way to help others in any way you can.
So now you're coming to LA, you're partying, you're going to LA a lot, and then what happens from there?
How old was I when it's another man, it's another story, right? It's another, what am I going to do? Oh, I remember my dad said, I was dating Scotty, and I said, I don't want to go to college anymore. And I wanted to be an actress. Oh my God, you're taking me back. And he said, really? Oh, and my dad didn't get to go to college, and he was one of the smartest men I know, all self-taught, read books. And okay, well, if you don't want to go to college, then you'll get a job. And I'm like, job? What do you mean? And I worked from a young girl. I was the one who always worked. But now he's like, you're going to get a job and support yourself fully. And I'm thinking, I don't even understand, but I'll figure this out. But I'm not going, because I wanted to be an actress and I wanted to live with my boyfriend. So he was like, go figure it out yourself. That was a mess. It was a mess, but it was one of the greatest lessons ever I did. I dropped out of school. I got a job. I was a waitress. All my friends were strippers, and I was like, I can't strip. My dad's feet out Sassoon. Like, he would be mortified, and people found out. Like, I was very protective of his
image.
Yeah, like very protective, and still at times am, but more. You know, it's not really relevant. But he worked very hard for that, to shine in a light coming from nothing to be who he is. Where I'm trying to work very hard to break all that down.
Yeah.
You know. So I dropped out of school, and it was a boy, it was a drink, it was a workout, it was what is Eden going to do to sort of take it on herself. I didn't want to be an actress. That was just a way I thought that I could find more of who I am. And it was hard, because I just wanted to be real. And people wanted to play roles, and I'm like, I can't play that role. I'm trying to figure out me.
Yeah, your whole life is a role at this point. Yeah, I don't want to play a role anymore.
How do I show up in this true feeling? And everything was so serious. It was so serious. And if it wasn't serious, then what do you mean? What am I acting? To play? I didn't understand the concept of play either. Like, this is a fucking game we're doing. This human experience, and maybe that's in a later conversation, but like, I get it now. And I didn't get it then. It was very serious and very painful for me, even though on the outside, like, it looked big and glamorous and fun. No, it was painful. Very painful.
And then now at this point, so you're trying to be an actress, you're with this person. How old are you at that point when you're trying to be an actress?
16, 17, 18, 19. 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah.
And then...
God, it's so long ago.
Yeah.
It just like one thing after the next. And after the acting thing, what did I even... Oh, I probably met my ex-husband. No, it wasn't. I wasn't till I was 25. Just boys. It was boys and going out and exercise and trainers, and it was me, and you're gonna make me feel better, and then I'm gonna go to the gym and feel better, and if that's not working, then I'll control my food. It was all just like this perfect plan of me. Oh my God, it's exhausting. And this is like so much of it. Like, I hate even talking about the past, because. It's like, doesn't it even exist? Who was that person? I don't know who that person was. But yes, it brought me to today. You know, the whole thing, marriage, when I grabbed my dad and I was like, oh, I'll take him, my ex-husband, because everyone's getting married. And so the day I got married, I remember I grabbed my dad's arm and I was like, the fuck are you doing? This is not gonna last. This is not gonna work out. And my mind went, do it. Your dad loves him. Like, everything I did for my dad. It was like, I mean, this is a bigger conversation. Like, at the time, my dad, my whole life was my God. And until this time around, that I actually, in steps 1, 2, and 3, when I really could understand and turn it over, I got to see, like, whoa. Like, and I hate to say it like that because I love him, my dad, but like who my real father was, in the sense of like, this is what it's about, you know? And the strength of what comes with that. Not like I have to keep having to do better and be more, and not that that's what he was trying to do, but we humans tend to,
we perceive that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for you, when you were on, just so we get to this point too, when you were like, had the Pilates studio and the salon and Beverly Hills Housewife, was that in that 9.5 year sobriety, or was that before that?
It was all in the sobriety.
In the sobriety?
Oh wait, hold on, the salon, no, because I had, no.
Oh, that was before, that's right, it's before, right, yeah.
I was drinking, my dad passed away, I had the one studio in Beverly Hills, and I would thank God for my partner at the time because I was drinking, I was a mess, and I'd come in
was
whenever
your studio successful?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. How were you able to, you said you're all over the place in college, you're kind of had this emptiness, all that. Sometimes people might think, then a person like that can never really be successful at anything they do because they're all over the place. How did you get into the Pilates studio and it become successful?
Because I did Pilates because I loved it, right? My dad, he got me into Pilates at a very young age because he started way back when. God, you're really like opening some stuff that I haven't thought about. He got me into Pilates, and so I was doing it. And so the person I was taking it from, I was like, I want to open a studio. And he's like, well, you can open one under his name. And at the time they were huge. So I said, but I want Beverly Hills because that's where I'm from, and I can, you know, I'm social. I can make it happen. And I did. And he said, okay, only you. I'll give it to you. So it was a sense of like, you know, entitlement, I guess. A sense of, okay, I have the, Dad, can I have the money? And I just got in there and I made it because I had the passion, because I loved it. And so when I do have that passion, and when I do, you know, really like it comes from inside and it's a step, like I'll go all in.
Yeah.
But then it's being consistent. Right? So then I didn't have, thank God I had my partner at the time, Sierra, and we built up this great team. And he taught me, my dad taught me, wow, that you're only as good as your team. Well, I didn't realize that I was part of that team. I thought just like, okay, I'm going to put together a great team and they'll do it all. And so that's what happened. And we did. We did. It was great. But I was the social person out there at night,
yeah, you're the face.
getting one involved. Like, and people trust me. I come from the heart. You connect with that.
Yeah.
And then I just sort of like, if I believe in it, which I did, and it worked, it was an easy connect. It was an easy, I mean, I guess you would say sell, but that wasn't what I was trying to do. I was like getting you to believe in something that I truly, truly, truly believe in.
Would you say at that point too, when you had the Pilates studio, were you finally happy, or would you still notice like, damn, there is still this thing inside of me though that feels empty, even though I have all this? Would you still run into that problem?
Oh yeah, no, I was miserable. Pilates was the only thing at the time that made me happy. I was shortly after married and the kids, I was miserable. I was holding on by a thread, and the studio kept me grounded.
Yeah, that was almost like your AA meeting at the time without knowing it. Yeah.
Yes. I'd come in, no matter how much I was drinking the night before. I would take my class. I'd be social. I'd be that person. Exactly. And then, you know, and that started slowly falling apart. So when my partner left to go with her family and husband, I hired a dear, dear, dear friend who became my partner at the time, basically ran my studios completely without me at a certain point. Because I thought, just throw money at it, she'll take care of it. And I get to still be me, a mess. And so I kept searching. Oh, I'll keep that over there. I'm gonna go search more over here. And then the salon came about, and my dad was passing away, and we had this conversation like, what are you doing with your life? And I'm like, what do you mean? What am I doing with my life? I'm trying to fucking just grasp something. Yeah. Because I don't understand any of this. Because when you just want to be centered and loved, and yet your whole life is complete sort of wonderful, beautiful, messy chaos, where are you gonna find that? You know? I mean, I did find it in my workouts, always. And that's why I think even today, you know, that's my happy. And I'm finding more and more, you know, of that. And who knows what's next. But I don't even know what the question was.
No, this is good. This is good because we're getting to the point basically before the 9-year sobriety happens, right? The first round, which will be the second phase. So we're hearing the story of you, basically this person that we see a lot of codependency in there, right? You got the ism, right? The drinking and all that stuff. You have the conditional self-worth, I call it, right? Where we're always looking for that next thing to prove our worthiness, whatever it is, right? The obsession's kind of just being guided over here, over there. It doesn't matter if you're married, doesn't matter if you have kids, doesn't matter if you have money, doesn't matter where you've been, who you have, whatever. There's always this sense of emptiness, right?
Always. And I had the most beautiful, wonderful girl crew, right? Tons of us. Like I had 18 girls even in my wedding. Yeah. That's crazy, right? How do you love when you're just throwing it out? But I took it for granted as well. So yes, everything looked like, I want your life. No.
And then what was the day before the first time you got sober for those 9.5 years, if you remember, what was the week leading up to that? What was happening in your life that week before you're like, I got driven home one week. I think we were at a restaurant in La Cienega, and the busboy I was picking up on, or one of the young kids, he took me home. I still have a letter from him. And then my neighbor has a funny story about it. Took me home, and thank God he put me into bed and nothing happened that I know of. But, and then I'm up the street from the restaurant Pache on Laurel Canyon, and David, who's my buddy, Valley Parker, drove me up and put me to bed and walked himself back down. Just chaos. I'm sure there must have been
one or two poor hearts that I abused that week as well. And I woke up one morning and I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I can't. And that's when I had this conversation with my dad and Jesus in the closet over my tennis shoes, and they were just, I saw it, like they were right like here talking, and it was like sad, it was heavy, it was like disappointment, all of it. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go on a hike, because that's what I do, I exercise. And I met this woman, and that day just unfolded so beautifully, and I surrendered. She said something, she said a few things to me on this hike, and just walking. And we see each other now. It's amazing. It's so amazing. Then I gave in, and then I walked into a friend of mine who's been in the program forever, and I was like, I'm ready today. And he's like, what, you're ready? I'm like, yes. I need to call my kid's dad and make sure he can watch the kids. And I think he said, no, I have a meeting or something. And I was like, oh my God, okay, let's go now. And we literally left and went up to this place called The Hills. And I did like outpatient for 2 weeks, and I was done. So at that point, I so surrendered to the idea that alcohol was going to fix me, but I didn't realize that by taking the alcohol away and putting that over there, that I still was left with all this mess.
Yeah, just no alcohol now.
Right, just no like solution.
Yeah.
But I really thought that if I could just stop drinking, I'm okay.
Yeah.
And I believed that for all 9.5 years.
Yeah. So what we'll do then right there is we'll stop right here. We'll get to our workout, and then the second phase, we're gonna start off now that journey, the 9.5 journey, everything going on, because sometimes we think, like you said, right, I love that. Okay, I removed one of the things I realized I have a problem, it's not gonna help. But then all of a sudden, wait, the problem's still here. I don't get it.
All of them.
So we'll go through that in the second phase, that 9.5 years of what was happening that led to the relapse. And then the third phase, we'll go into this beautiful new you, what you got going on.
Perfect. I hope any of that can make sense for you.
Oh, it's perfect.
Those are great Pilates pink socks.
Do they have that thing on the bottom?
Yeah, they do. Let's go, baby. You ready?
Let's go. Let's go meet her.
Let's go. Drew! Okay, this is my best friend, Drew.
Okay.
This is her studio, which is incredible. And she's become one of the greatest teachers. And I've been doing Pilates for a long time. And her heart's in it. And honestly, by the way, she's from Texas, so be careful. Originally from Texas, she was an actress, and I was like, what are you doing? You need to teach Pilates! And look what you've created. Seriously, Drew, this is Fausto.
Hi, so nice to meet you.
I hug.
Yeah.
So nice to meet you.
By the way, Eden turned me onto Pilates.
Well, because we were always together, and I had this studio, and I was like, come on, you're coming, you're coming. And then every day was just another day of Pilates.
And I went, and I never left.
And then I was like, you need to get certified, you need to train, and look what she's created.
So I got certified at her old studio in Bel Air.
How long ago was that?
Oh, a long time ago. And she was literally like, Drew, we're having a teacher training. You're always telling everyone what to do anyway. Get in there.
And then she was like the best teacher there, and then everything closed down, and she's like taken off. It's so much fun to watch. Like so much fun to watch.
So fun to do, and I wouldn't have any of it without you, and I love you, and I love having her in class. She's always a good time.
She uses me. She's like, tells me what to do, and I'm like, oh, there's all these people watching me. Like, I have to do
is like
right.
my little monkey.
I do my best. I try to do my best.
She does. She's very good. Okay, come on, guys. Let's get on the beds.
Oh,
let's start. We're gonna start in a little bit of footwork.
Okay,
so,
I've never done this. What do I do?
Oh, you've never done Pilates?
I've never even touched this.
Yay! This is a reformer.
Okay.
Lay down. Prepare to die. Oh. All right, so we're gonna start in a very traditional move here called footwork. We're gonna put our heels up on the bar, hips width apart, arms are gonna be long down by your side. Flex those toes, take a deep breath, an important part of Pilates, and exhale the carriage all the way out, and then slowly resist it in. So Pilates is about resisting the return. That's where you get those really elongated, beautiful.
Back up and down?
Yep, super simple. Super simple. Keep those toes flexed. You want to knit those ribs in.
How's he doing?
He's doing great. He hasn't fallen off yet. He's smiling.
Like men try to come in here, right, Drew, and she teaches them, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm strong," and
They try to do it
fall
like
off.
we're at the gym.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, ooh, slow down, buddy.
Yeah, it's just so beautiful to watch like that stillness.
And I kind of like, I don't say anything at first. I'll let him pretend they're at the gym because I want to get him addicted. And then I slowly start working on him a little bit. And then I love watching the aha moment where they get it. Bend it in halfway, little pulses. But something tells me you're going to get it faster. Little pulses.
Little what?
Pulses.
What's that?
Like, that's it. 1 inch forward, 1 inch back. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way out, all the way back in. We're gonna drop these toes to the bar.
Woo!
Now lift those heels up high so your feet feel super activated.
I had heels like this, remember?
I lost one of your shoes. Sit over that shoe. Press out, resist it in.
Ooh,
I think one of the kids
Dolce.
threw it over the balcony. No, it was like Louboutin.
Well, we were drunk. Oh.
No, it was the morning after.
There's always a morning after.
Century City. He's loving it.
Yeah, my veins.
Lift your head. Lift your head. Now bend it in all the way. We're gonna do some bridging. Heels on the bar, hips width apart, arms long down by your side. One vertebrae at a time, we're gonna slowly start lifting up into that high bridge. And then slowly start rolling it back down. We are articulating through our vertebrae. As soon as your butt hits the mat.
It's supposed to go up or no?
Nope, without pressing out, you press up. Tuck your tailbone, squeeze your tushy, and roll it down your spine, one vertebrae. Imagine like a pearl necklace dropping on a desk, pearl by pearl. That should be your vertebrae. And then lifting up pearl by pearl. Press your triceps into the mat, connect with the mat, and roll it down. You want to be thinking about having a corset on and lacing it up super tight.
Fausto.
Zipping up your pants and lacing up a corset. Put that right leg in tabletop and keep pulsing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Point that leg to the sky. Get super long in that toe. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Bend that leg back down. Left leg goes into tabletop and pulse. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Point that leg to the sky. Keep pulsing. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Foot on the bar. Stay lifted and take that carriage all the way out and all the way back in. Got 7.
Oh, it's so good.
6, beautiful. Exhale as you travel out. So you're gonna put your right foot underneath the
Pizza cutter.
Pizza cutter looking thing. I always call it that. Left foot's gonna go on that shoulder block. Straighten your left leg and squeeze that tushy. You're gonna lunge down. You're going to have your hands on the bar. You're going to come up, anchoring in your core, bring your knee into your chest, and then plop that foot back on the ground, taking that lunge again. Try to hit the lowest point.
Straight leg.
So it's called a flying lunge. So you hop up, knee to chest, and lunge down. Hop up, knee to chest, lunge down. Use your core, scoop that belly. Beautiful. You've got 7. Try to hold that knee to the chest for just a moment. 6. Yeah, when you come down, have your foot land there, a little higher up. 5, good. 4, 3, 2. On this next one, take it up and hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and go back down. Take that left knee on the mat and lunge down and stretch.
Isn't that heaven?
All right, we're gonna progressive overload.
You're getting
on this,
it. I
guys.
like it. What?
We're gonna progressive overload. So next time, we're gonna add on to this. You're gonna lunge down. As you come up, you're going to kick your leg behind you and then come back down into that lunge. So leg goes up, squeeze that tushy, and land back into that lunge. That's it. You got 8, good. Keep that knee behind that toe when you hit that lunge. Lunge down and back, good.
Oops, sorry.
7.
Slope.
6, beautiful. 5. All right. First move, lunge down. As you come up, bring that left knee into your chest. Hold it for a beat, and then lunge back down. Good. Strong shoulders.
Usually there's music going.
Scoop your belly.
We do stagecoach. We got country songs going.
Yeah, I have a class called Stagecoach.
It's the best.
I just play country.
It's so fun.
4 more. It's fun when
Watch
you
him shake, baby.
when you own your own business, you can like make whatever rules you want. 2 more. Well, let's have a country class.
It's so good.
All right, awesome guys. I'm gonna have you lay flat on your back now. All right, Fausto. Let's put your hands on the short handles right here. I'm gonna put them in your hands. And then I'm gonna put a ball between your knees. Bring those legs into tabletop. Do you know what tabletop means? Tabletop is this. Okay. Now, put a little bit of tension on the ropes. So you're gonna bring the wrist over your shoulders. And then let's just start by bringing the arms down to the mat, back up to the sky. Just get the hang of this move. We're gonna be building onto it. Keep squeezing that ball, keeping your legs in tabletop. Exhale as you bring those arms down. Give me 3 more. 2 more. And then on this next one, I want you to lift up. Watch Eden. She's gonna lift her head and back off the mat. Beautiful. So we're leading with our thoracic spine, not your neck. Put a little peach under that chin. That was a grapefruit. Put a peach under the chin. You don't want to be straining your neck. That's it. Perfect. Give me 3. Beautiful. Good. Find that deep engagement in your abs. 2. Awesome. On this next one, lift up and hold it. Hold it, hold it. Chest high, arms long. Down by the mat. Squeeze that ball for 5, 4, 3. Now pump those arms for 5, 4, 3, 2. Head down, arms up, feet on the bar. Head down, arms up, feet on the bar. Lift up. Hinge, squeeze, down, legs. Chest lift up. Head down, arms up, feet on the bar. Lift up, squeeze, down, legs. Chest lift up. Give me 4 more. Feet on the bar. Take your time. Excellent. 3. Lift up. Squeeze. Down. Arms down. Beautiful. 9, 8, 7, 6. You've got 5. Deep engagement. 4, 3, 2. Head down. Arms up. Feet on the bar. Go up and down for 7. 6. Tap and lift. Squeeze that ball. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Awesome. All right, lovies. I'm going to have you guys turn and face the back. You're going to reach for the yellow strap and put the long loop over your feet. Back your legs up into tabletop. And then hands are going to go either up here on the blocks, or you can put them down here in the headrest. Okay.
So let's go.
Foot goes in there. All right, now you need some tension on this or it's going to fall off again. So I need you to back this knee up, back this knee up.
Back it up.
First, let go of the carriage. Let the carriage go back home. And then put this on the mat. You know what, let's just start over. You're gonna sweep that leg up like she is. Yep, with some power. Down and up. That's it. That's it. Perfect. Very good. Good. You've got 7, 6. Eden's on like 35. 4 more. Good job, guys. 4. Stabilizing that core. Good. 3, 2. Take it up. Little pulses for 5, 4, 3. Now bend your knee. Donkey kicks for 5. Bend and press underneath your core. Just like that. 4, 3, 2. And last one. Awesome. Good job. And then drop that leg off to the right. Good. Now with some power, Fausto, sweep that leg up. Try to get it straight. Tap the floor and go back up. Beautiful. Stabilizing in your core. You've got 7. I almost said 6. 6. 5, good. 4, good job. 3, 2, straight leg pulses for 5, 4. So you're gonna stand up on your knees. You're gonna put a little bit of tension on the ropes to get the hang of it. So bring your arms down by your hips. Now you're gonna push those straight arms back toward the foot bar. Do you feel how you could fall forward? Just don't. Don't do that, okay?
Good for camera though.
No, not good for my nervous system. It's like my PTSD will kick in. All right, now the whole point in this is like chest opener. So expand that chest open. Beautiful, let that heart pop out of your chest. This is for anyone who sits at a desk, drives in traffic,
I text.
stresses,
Sounds like my life.
right? It's for all of us, let's face it. Can you sit back on your heels? Lift those arms, palms face the ceiling. You're going to lean back as you bicep curl, lean back into it, come up as you unfold.
Oh.
Beautiful, lean back as you bicep curl.
Straight up?
Nope. That's it, just come forward like head to the ceiling. That's it, as you unfold those arms. Give me 7. Good. 6. And then pulse those fingers over your heads for 8, 7, 6, 5, up to the ceiling. 4, that's it. 3, 2, and 1. Bring your arms down and face your palms to the back. Lean forward, hinge forward. Bring your elbows above your back and tricep extensions. Tricep extensions, that's it. You've got 10. And 1, beautiful. Woo! Good job. Good job.
All right, so, well, first of all, thank you for the Pilates experience. You know, like I said, I've never done it before, and so
I love that.
yeah, I can see it's very meditative.
Right?
You have to be very focused and slow movements and stuff like
and
that.
then the music's on and you're focused with your breath and you're just like in this zone.
And just being guided
Yeah.
by a voice and all that stuff, so I can see. So yeah, no, I loved it, especially the part where I was shaking a lot.
You're coming back. That was the best. That was the best. Well done.
Right.
You win.
So where we left off, right? So we're basically hearing a story of somebody, right? Who, you know, you're looking for more, right? You're a seeker, right? But you don't know exactly what to seek for. You're young. You're just figuring out this, that, maybe this, maybe that. But you're realizing it doesn't matter who you're with, what you have, money, people, experiences, love, another love, kids, whatever, success. You're still like just chasing something, and then you get to a point where you said you hit like a rock bottom. You see Jesus and your dad in the closet. You have this moment, right?
That's a book.
Right?
Title right there.
Yeah, found Jesus and my dad in the closet.
That's great.
You go on this hike and you meet this person, right? And so you start this journey of, I'm going to get some help. And you said you do 2 weeks in outpatient, right? Kind of run me through that journey now. So you finish your 2 weeks in outpatient. Now what does your life start to look
Even
like?
in outpatient, I was like, what am I doing here? Who are these people? Where am I? And I was right up here in Beverly Hills, close to home.
Yeah.
But I was just like, I surrender. What do you want me to do? I'll do it. Okay. These are my people. I knew AA because my mom's a recovering alcoholic and my sister.
Okay.
Right. So like I knew I was an alcoholic, but it was just a matter of time.
Yeah.
So outpatient was a little different for me. I'm like, they handed me a cup to pee in, and I'm like, why? I was like, okay, why? And I didn't understand the testing situation, but I was part of the process. So
you knew AA, you didn't know rehab, in a sense,
yeah,
right? Kind of,
yeah. And the community there was great. I was just at that point I was ready to listen, right? And I gave in, and then it was time. I was like, okay, thank you. I'm going to go back to the rooms and to the meetings. But I also at that time my sickness would like, there's a lot of hot guys here. It was coming up.
That was like the next thing,
yeah. And there was this cool little group we all hung out with. We even went out at night, and it was fun. It was exciting. It was still part of LA, Hollywood, our scene.
Right.
We were just all sober, or not drinking. I don't know, not even in recovery necessarily. Hitting meetings and doing the thing. But I wasn't. I get a sponsor. Wait, you want me to have this woman tell me what to do every day? It was like this.
Yeah.
Like literally.
Why do you think at that point you were so resistant to the sponsor concept? At that point, you think?
I didn't. You're gonna tell me what to do and how to do it? Like all this whole time. How old was I? 30. 39 at the time. I'm a mom. I have 2 kids. I have businesses. Like, I have a very functioning life, and I'm confused. You want me to what? I didn't understand. I really didn't understand. And so this woman, Carrie White, who was a hairdresser, and knew my family, my sister, my mom, my dad, everybody. And I was like, Carrie, will you sponsor me? So, but that was a thing too, right? They're people, and they become these like cool people.
Yeah.
And whatever. So I tried, and I did what she told me to do, and I couldn't call her every day. I just couldn't. I still have a problem, and my sponsor will tell you now, with the concept of like every day.
Yeah, I can't do that either.
Why? Why?
Yeah.
Can I throw you a text? So it was difficult. It was difficult. Clearly, I didn't do it, and I just went to meetings, and I got by for like the first 4.5 years, just being like cool, really just being cool and going to meetings, and I got relief from it. I really didn't understand that there was more work to be done. I did steps 1, you know, and I knew that there was a problem, and I was ready, but the rest, no, none of it.
And in that first 4 years, since you're just basically hitting meetings, you had community in a sense where other people are just not drinking.
Yeah.
But again, right now there's no sponsorship happening. There's no 4th step. There's none of that stuff like that. You're not sponsoring people and all that.
Nothing.
So was your life getting better though?
No, I just had relief from not drinking, but it was only a matter of time that those behaviors, right? Like nothing on the other side of it was changing. Like I was still, you know, the obsessive thought about that guy, I'm gonna get that guy. And then when I'm done with him, I'm gonna get that. I mean, I was still all over the place. I just wasn't throwing alcohol on top of it. But I was still throwing money at things that I shouldn't be buying, and I was still, you know, overeating, and then having that whole obsessive thought about me and my body. No, nothing was getting better. It was getting more, I just wasn't doing these things drunk. As opposed to, I didn't lose a house. I didn't, thank God, end up in jail. I didn't, you know, I drove drunk, and thank God nothing happened. Like for me, it was this, I was slowly dying spiritually. Nothing crazy happened in my life. I still had it all. But I was dying. So I thought I was just, at this time, like, what was going on then? Dad died. I moved to even a bigger house, you know, got a bigger Range Rover, got the kids into private school, like on the outside. My closet was bigger, more shoes, like all this stuff was how we built the pool. Like, oh my God, it sounds ridiculous. But then the idea of like, oh my God, I have these kids. I have to wear my mom hat half the time. I have to wear my single girl hat when they're not with me. I own a business? Why? Who would ever want to do that? I can't even manage my own life, let alone like, so I would throw money at the problems. Here, you run my business. And you hire all these people to do the job, right? I'll just show up and smile and connect for a minute, and then I'm gonna be gone. It's like she shows up and then she's gone. And then she shows up and then she's gone. But I got a quick fix in everything that I did.
Do you feel like at that point you were being like a good mom, so were you able to kind of balance that out? Or when you look back, you're kind of like, yeah, I think I was like...
I wish now, I mean, I wish, you know, like, what does that even mean? But I would have well, that's how my life was. Now that I know, you know, how to slow and steady just for today, I do the best I can to be present. I wish I could have been that way with my kids. I wish I didn't always throw them the phone or the iPad. I wish for my son, because now he's, you know, in a fraternity and he's that guy, and I wish he had a ball of energy and funny and like always on my side, and like I wish I really would have just been there and like been really engaged. And my daughter, like, she lives with me now, and we're developing this friendship like at this age for both of us. But I wish that I, you know, would have maybe just stopped it all and been just a mom, just been a mom. Like, I was just searching for everything else when like the simplicity of it all was right there. But now I can, you know, step into certain roles. Right. And it's not even a role anymore, you know, we're all at this age where I just want to be present. And I always, before bed, I love you guys. In the morning, I love you, no matter what. You know, I'm nervous about this. I try to teach what I wish someone would have taught me. Yeah. You know, in subtle ways, because I'm not going to overpower them, and they can't really take that much. You know, they think I'm, mom, she's crazy. You
So you're basically walking through the first 4 years, like you said, just you're trying these things: bigger house, bigger car, bigger closet, more shoes, right? Get external, trying to figure out your best to figure out everything.
Then they come at me with Housewives of Beverly Hills.
So how many years sober did you have at that point?
6.
Yeah, so how did that happen? Did you know
6
somebody in
and
the
a half, 7.
show, or how did the...
Josh Flagg, a friend of mine, I guess the season was kind of going downhill, so they're like, who can we get? Who has a name? Who da-da-da? And they kind of want a business attached to it so they can try to grow that. So I was the next in line, and a couple of the girls came over. We did a Pilates class together, and they loved it. They're like, you're great on camera, you're super friendly, you're very, whatever. And I was like, okay. At first I was like, I don't want to be a part of Bravo. It went against every thread in my gut. Like, that's not me. That's what I want to get away from. And then when this is what I thought, this is how fucking narcissistic I am. I'm like, I am a light. I can bring light to the darkness. Like I can do anything in the craziness of that. But I really, 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 I'm sober. These girls drink and get crazy and cause chaos. Well, no, I literally just would show up, not drink, and then the minute the chaos would start, it was like in my face. I would like, and this 12-year-old girl inside of me would like hide. And I'm looking around, I'm like, this is crazy. Like, I wouldn't even bring these women home to meet my parents. Like, this is what my brain was thinking. Like, what is happening here? How am I involved in this? But I really thought it was part of like the growth, and I'll bring light to the world. And shut up, Eden. Your head is so far up your ass you can't even figure it out. But it was an experience. I learned a lot through that.
How many episodes did you do, or how did
just the whole season?
So you did one season?
One season, which was plenty. Plenty. And finally in the end, like all this resentment and stuff was built up because I was quiet the whole time. And I promise you, it was a download from God. And something had happened, and something came in and was just like, go. It was the end of the season. And I went in and I just said a few things, and she set me off, and all of it came out, like from the depths of my being. And it was silent. It was silent because it was so fucking real. And I didn't understand what I was doing there, but I got it out, maybe not the right way. And then I walked away, which was typical behavior. But that's, the name of that game. And then I had to really process all that.
And how did that affect your life in any way after being on the show, for being in the spotlight like that, in a negative way? Like, what did that do for, like?
No, I mean, it's because I was sober, and because they made fun of me actually for, you know how I hug people and I hold them.
Yeah.
You even did it.
Yeah.
So what you did to me, you're like, oh, longer hug.
Yeah.
They had, if you pull it up, if you're gonna edit this one. They pull it up, they're making fun of me holding people in my arms. They literally and my mom was even she didn't mean to hurt me, but they made fun of my connection. And that's how I knew to connect. And so people who like me, or if I get stopped places, or I was at Starbucks the other day, and he's walked up to me and he's like, hey, Eden. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I know 2 Edens. One's on Broadway and one's on Housewives. I'm like, I immediately go in for the hug. Because if you liked me, then you saw my true nature and my character. And it was a sober woman who at times would be very quiet but was honest, and I would just hold people. And there's a lot of crazy sickness going on there. So I mean, there was a part that was like, you know what, people saw, but that just takes you back to who cares? Who cares what anyone sees? What was that all about? What were you really trying to do? And maybe it was a way of being seen, and because I've grown up with people in these huge spotlights, maybe I was trying to, maybe there was a part of me that wanted that. I don't really know, because that's not what I want.
Well, yeah, sometimes I think for people, when we're always looking for something, but we don't know, we're kind of just we usually think maybe this is the thing.
Right.
Innocently, very innocently, right? I'm innocently saying yes to this. I'm innocently believing this is what it is, because I hope that whatever this is, it's finally going to be that thing that fills me, right? And we don't know. We're just always looking.
No, that's not it. So let's go. Next.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Next. Nope. Yeah.
So after that show, you said about 6 years sober, you get on that show, you're done with the show after 1 season.
And then at that point, I had implants. I had breast implants. That was part of me being someone I'm not. And I was
Was that something you added? That was something you added when you were?
When I was 19.
Okay, so before you got. Okay.
So when I was 19, I had to begged my dad. It was a big thing at the time, but he was all, you know, if you don't look good, we don't look good. That was the slogan of my family. If you don't look good, we don't look good. And it was a worldwide slogan. And so there was obviously something in my unconscious that I lived up to that.
Yeah.
And so at this time in the show, I was walking down the street. I got another, God always downloads to my brain. And I'm like, whoa. And he's like, out, done, you're done. You're fighting too hard. You've been trying. And they weren't crazy big. I just didn't want to be this. Flat, basically.
Yeah.
And I took him out. And it was one of the best days of my life. So I'm always trying things like put him in, take him out, you know, oh, you just had babies. Well, you have too much fat on you, get the liposuction. Oh, you know, your stomach has always been this. Oh, well, maybe get a tummy tuck. Oh, your face is sort of sagging. These are all real stories. Let's pull it back, you know, like who wants to do it on TV for free? Oh, I do. Like I like have, now I would be like, okay, God, let's talk. You know what I mean? Yes, I know I'm human and this is an experience. So the human side of me be like, fuck it, I want Botox. Oh, I want filler. Oh, I want this, or all the sinful things, or we call sinful things, but like human, really sticky stuff, right? And now I really have to find the balance. And is it okay? Is this okay with me? Like I think we were talking about sexual things, you know, like is that really going to be okay, or is that really going to sort of why? Why? Like I don't want to be so human, and that's, you know, kind of where I'm at so now in my life. Like all these things that we've been talking about are just like stories and histories and times that like aren't even real. And were created my personality of who I am, but they were just lies. And then I had to just like figure it out and slowly realize, who the fuck am I? And yes, by the grace of God, in the 12 steps, I got to slowly figure this out. And I'm only on step 7. Not only. It's been the 2.5 years of my life that has been the best 2.5 years and the most painful. Not the painful in the same way, and the empty painful of searching and searching and searching, but then the depth of like finding. And then when that happens, it's like, oh my God, like that's, wait. And then to integrate my mind and my heart and try to understand, and then be like, wait, you don't have to understand, just accept. And then surrender more. And then you're just like, okay, hold on, let me just breathe through this. Because fuck, it's too much. And then it's like, this is my mind. Then what am I doing here? Well, I don't know, go give someone a hug or do something for someone. Be part of something. Go exercise, pay that forward, take someone with you, work with your sponsee, but go be with your kids. Like, what am I doing here? Or even get off your back and like do nothing, or go eat ice cream, or you know what I mean? Like, where do you find the balance? Like, where do you really find the balance? And I don't know that I'm ever gonna have an answer. I think it's the journey, and just for today, I am doing these deep dives with I believe, like I went into and I got baptized in my 2.5 years of sobriety. And I turned it all over, and I was very obedient because, right, I wasn't for so long. Very obedient and like disciplined in this way. And I'm like, this doesn't feel good either, but that's the point. And then I'm like, well, this can't be it. This cannot be it. There has to be something that feels good, right? So I started diving into like this idea. Well, I'd listen to like all these Stoicism and Muji and these master teachers, and I'm like, Jesus didn't come here to tell me to like be obedient and get on my knees and like your life's gonna be miserable unless you this. No, he knew something I didn't know. What is that thing that I don't know? Like honestly, like this whole just like different sense of being that is in me. Like I believe that his way of coming back is through us all, and that we have to be aware and enlightened to this.
So yes, let's go there. Let's go with before we get into the journey in the 2.5 years. Let's get to the relapse after the 9.5 years.
That relapse. My relapse. I mean, I don't know. Fucking COVID happened, which I don't even know what bullshit that is. Like this another lie.
Yeah. So basically, 2020, right? So you have 9.5 years sober. 2020, we have COVID, right? Which was a wild.
But so my identity right then and there, my Pilates studios, which were my grounding, which were, right? So my identity then was being built up, like, oh, Eden Sassoon, she has her salon on Sunset, which just closed. Then she's on the show, and now she's got her well, I've had my Pilates studio for all these years. COVID happens, the studio goes away, the salon's closed, that whole nightmare is gone, and I'm like, what's happening? So I stayed home and I had a reformer and I did Pilates every day and the kids were there and like, I got this. I didn't have shit. But everything was being ripped out from under me. So I'm confused at this point. And I'm like, I can drink. I'm different. I can drink. And so I called everyone I knew but 2 people. I called my mom, I called my ex-husband, I called my kids. I called everyone for the most part, but 2 of my girlfriends. And everyone believed that I could drink again. Because I didn't have a program, I didn't have people who understood.
Right.
But the 2 girls that I didn't call would have
Understood.
Yeah,
And been
and
like,
I
don't
didn't
do
want
it.
to hear what they had to say. So I drank. I got on an airplane. I went to see my brother in Boston, and I, like a dumbass, drank on the plane. And I passed out, and I got to Boston, and I was just like, that wasn't so bad. Foggy-headed, felt a little shitty. I can control this. And that was my relapse. And then I really did. I thought I could control it. And I did until I couldn't. And right back.
How long did it last until it got out of control?
10 months. 10 months of chaos. And I went right for the men. Like, right for like, I need the idea of love.
Right, yeah.
Like, drunk love.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means. That's crazy.
Well, yeah, it's interesting because I can relate a lot to that, right? My journey has always been finding love's my problem. I want connection. And then for some reason when I drink and find love, and when I drink and we go to a hotel and find love, we drink in a different state and find love. I meet someone at a random place and we're drinking. To me, like it's like the novelty of it is what I look for.
Right.
And
I remember you telling me that,
yeah.
and I was like, oh, I know that.
A fascination. That's why even getting sober in the beginning, it was like, whoa, who's this person right here? Whoa, look, that's a good share. I had a good share. Hey, you want to get some coffee? And then when they're like, I really do, I'm like, you know what I mean? Like the whole, like the novelty of it, of like, that's so crazy. You did what? Me too. And then it's like, it's the sickness of it though, because it's never enough.
No, it's crazy. And you have this whole story running in your head and the person's just sitting there. Poor baby.
Yeah.
But it's so fun and for a minute.
Yeah. It's like the chase, the idea, maybe the first time, the first date, the first experience, the first getaway with the person, but then it's just...
Oh, I mean, I still, even recently, like with a friend of mine who, there was nothing sexual, but like now after 2.5 years, which I'm jumping ahead, I was like, I need to let this wall down a little bit.
Yeah.
And I created this whole story in my head, and then he's been a friend of mine for so long, he's there, and I'm like, no.
Right. Thank God I didn't.
I'm not going to do this, and I'm definitely not going to take him down. But which is good. I've learned my lesson. I'm not going to take him down this path. It's not fair for him. And I know. I knew. I saw the whole. I saw me
play out
the
the tape,
whole.
yeah.
And I didn't. And I did it. And I was honest. And I told him the truth. And whether he was hurt or not, he was, grateful for the experience.
Yeah, because I know, like for me, when I was in my sobriety and I started to see my patterns of like how I started to realize what I do. Like, I'm going to hurt you, not intentionally, but I'm going to get over it. And I feel so bad, and I don't know how to just be honest with you, so I kind of just disappear or do this thing or create the story or tell you my therapist says I'm not ready. I'm going to create the story. But what I'm saying to you that I do love you, I am being honest. In that moment, I'm not lying to you. But you're probably shocked how a month later I don't. And I'm so sorry. So yeah, I was aware of that. And I remember I started to see that. So I was so afraid to engage with people because I was like, what happens if I do that again? I'm going to get over it. I'm going to get bored. Right. I'm not gonna like it, this and that, and then I'm too shy or scared or a coward to admit it.
Right.
So I'm gonna just kind of disappear.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
It's crazy to like watch that and see it. Even now, considering it's like this stage of the game, like I'll have an interaction with another friend.
Yeah.
And we have this flirty, playful, like all this, and my brain is like, oh, this is on, and he's flirting and this and that. But then when it gets a little, like I get scared, I back off, my mind starts to like play the games, this and that. What are you doing? Oh, I don't like this feeling. As opposed to just like confront the fear, dive in deeper, open it up. The truth will set you both free. And now I see myself doing that side of it. And then move on. Like thank God. Because that other way is torture.
Yeah.
Torture. And that's just part of like, I find myself talking about not even like, oh, the alcohol, this, that, and the other, but all the other things, the relationship, the food, the money, whatever that like drive is, as opposed to just like, what the fuck are we really doing? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Right. So when you right before you started this 2.5-year journey, was there like a really bad moment you had that night before where you're like, dude, I gotta get back, I gotta get sober again? Like,
I was in Las Vegas with my daughter and her boyfriend's mom is one of my dear friends, Felicia, and her husband. And I was wasted, but I was also taking my little doctor prescribed ADD medication that I would use for diet.
Yeah.
Phentermine that they give you. And so I was popping those, drinking on top of it. And I was just out of my mind. And the first night I think I blacked out, and this poor soul that I was dating, thank God he took me to the room and got me like safe. And then the next night I started breaking into blackjack tables. I was totally blacked out. I had no idea. Thank God like it was just Randy and the adults.
Yeah.
And that my daughter didn't really see the craziness because she never really got to witness it all. She did hold my hair back over the toilet one night, which was unfortunate. But I pissed my pants, had no idea. I did that years ago in New York. Like that behavior all came back. And I was so empty inside, like it hurt so bad. I remember sitting out even by the pool, drinking champagne, which champagne was my like happy drink. And like just empty to the point where I didn't even know how to find any like good feeling. Besides we would order food and that would make me happy for a minute.
Right.
And it was really, really painful. And then this happened and I woke up the next morning and I had a come to Jesus moment and I was like, okay, what do you need me to do? I'll do anything. Get me out of Las Vegas, get this person away from me. And unfortunately I hurt someone else. And I tried to explain like, I'm gonna get sober. And he's like, I'll do it with you. I can help you. Like, please don't say that. Like, I don't say that I hate you. Like, I didn't hate him. I hated myself. And he was a wonderful person. And I came back to LA and I went right to the meeting. I called my girlfriend Nicole and met her at a women's meeting. She took me to this other meeting. And I've been going to 2 meetings a day since. I have a sponsor. I work the NA steps because it speaks to me. I actually had a full-time job, which I go, Mom, I'm on a payroll. And she's like, what? I'm like, it's funny. Mom, I'm on a payroll. And it was like, okay. She goes, how much are you getting paid? I go, and I told her, she goes, I pay my housekeeper more than that. And I'm like, that's not the point.
Yeah.
Right? That's not the point. I am making changes in my life. And like all these things, everything, I'm a completely different, for the most part. Look, my defects and things are gonna show up and they're very loud and clear. But I'm learning just for today, like how to face it. How to like not engage with everything that is a problem or that I think is a problem. Because the only thing that's a problem is this.
Right, it's our stinking thinking.
That's it, it's a problem.
Sit right here with your feet in the headrest. We're gonna take these straps. You're gonna put the short loops over your elbows. Put the short loops over your elbows. Good job. And then hands are gonna go behind your head. Now, keeping your feet, watch Eden. You're going to tuck your chin and roll back 1 vertebrae at a time. Open those elbows wide, tuck your chin and roll back up.
So like sit up almost?
So you're going.
Articulated sit up, I guess, yeah. It's called a roll down. And then, yep, and then exhale, up, good. Breathe, exhale, up, good, good, Fausto. Good, good, good. Give me 5 more. Goody. So perfect. Picture perfect over here. Oh. Yeah.
I try. For you.
On this next one, when you come up, stay up. We're gonna open those arms into a W, and then keeping your shoulders down your back, just shoot your arms straight up and down. Up and down. You've got 7. Good. 6. Beautiful.
It's gotta always be about my hair too,
5.
you know?
Your hair's perfect. 4. All right, let's put those forearms on the box. Curl your toes under. And then lift your knees, pressing out into plank. Once you're in plank, we're gonna hold that plank. We're gonna saw those arms toward the windows and back. The only thing moving are those elbows. Beautiful. Flex those heels back toward me. Stretch your head to the windows. Beautiful. Gonna lift up 1/4 of an inch, just barely. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now bend those knees in and out. We're gonna drag the carriage in as we bend those knees. Plank it out as we press away. Bend it in. Plank it out. Beautiful. Take it out into the plank, hold the plank, dip your hips to the left and the right, to the left, to the right. Hip dips, make a little rainbow roll. You got 8, hit those obliques. 7, 6. All right, let's press away with that right leg. Keep your left knee down. Straighten that right leg. If you need it lighter, let me know. Do you need it, is that okay? Okay. 2 and 1, bend it in and switch legs. Left heel on the bar.
Maybe there's a lot of people watching who want to do Pilates for the first time with you.
Aw, on special promo code.
Yeah.
Eden has a promo code now.
And
She
you can get back-
actually already did. Left heel on the bar.
Those of you that need to come take your first
Absolutely,
Pilates class.
absolutely.
Yeah, we'll be here.
I love turning people into Pilates addicts. It's a good thing. It's a good addiction to have.
Yeah.
It's a healthy one.
Ah.
And a
All
big
right.
community.
That's right. Well, we call this village life for a reason.
Yep.
All right, let's press away. Left leg, bend and press. Little pulses, take it out straight and pulse that leg. Little bends, micro bends. 5 pulses, 4, that's it. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful, bend it in. Awesome. You guys can face each other, that would be cute. Pop up on your knees, grab that strap. We're gonna grab the long strap with both hands, clasp your hands, circle those arms. Stabilizing in your core so you don't fall. You're gonna twist your circle to the foot bar and back. Back to center. Right, perfect.
He's only on a green.
He's only, yeah.
Should I be on a green too? I want to do what Fausto does. See?
Supposed to be harder?
Green's harder. She has me on a yellow.
So, well, I kind of like it on a yellow because you get more flexion. She's
Don't
showing-
just move your arms. Move.
Yeah, it's about your obliques more than, I mean, everything's working, but twisting those obliques.
These are the fetus wraps?
He did this.
I can feel it.
Yeah, fetus wraps.
Hashtag fetus wraps.
Hashtag fetus wraps. You've got
Stop, I'm
5.
gonna be my pants.
That's just my Texas accent. I talk too fast. Oh, the med spas?
Yeah, all the women's up. I think they get their
He's
Botox
not doing it right.
South
by the
Lake?
way. See how the
Houston,
arms stay in front of the chest and then I move as one piece?
Dallas, Austin,
He's not. He's
and
doing this.
Brookdale, Texas. I can't remember where else.
That's easy.
Yeah.
That's
not what
awesome.
we're doing.
That's awesome. Deep twist.
To get free therapy, I have a bunch of nonprofits.
Aw.
So,
2 more. Last one. Awesome, guys. Japanese pizza on Pico. It's called Pizza Sai, S-E-I. It's insane.
But
I cried.
what's the Japanese
I
thing?
cried. I don't know. It's fucking good.
guys ever get Prince Pizza?
It's like
Prince
it's like
Street, like New York?
It's really
Yeah.
tiny. It takes forever to get a reservation, by the way. Like the only reservations they have are for like 4 o'clock and midnight. Like for real.
I want like a purple sweet potato Japanese pizza.
They have a potato pizza.
They do?
They do. It has caviar on it.
No. What
I
am
know.
Oh yeah.
That wasn't for me either. But kick away. You got to help me out here. Okay, so give me your feet. Other one. All right, and this is where we're going to do a little inner thigh.
Oh, I was enjoying that.
Sorry.
Yeah. Now
I
she's
just
gonna
see.
Now you're gonna ruin
Penis
it.
wraps. All right, now
Put
squeeze
your
the
butt
ring.
down on that mat, dude.
Now get your butt, take your legs down. I'm gonna have to make it like.
Because he's tight. There he goes. He's gonna. Yeah, that's right. Look at that shake. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
This is awesome. I make her shake too sometimes.
She does. It's starting. It's better than like anything.
Don't let your butt lift off, okay? Keep your tailbone married to the mat. Turn your toes inward a little bit. Squeeze the ring.
Is he shaking? Oh my
Yeah.
God, this is the greatest thing ever. Let's just replay this for hours. Just keep it on that. Come on. Yes, you got this. Let's go.
4 more.
Woo!
Now drop those legs down. Bend those knees in. Keep your head down. Bend your knees in.
Oh, good
not
luck.
that low, not that low. Lift them up a little bit more right there. Now bend your knees in.
Good luck with this one, baby.
Bend and press. Press them out.
Get that butt down.
Bend him in.
My butt is down.
His butt's down. Let him focus. Breathe and lengthen.
Ah.
Beautiful. 2 more.
Let's get all your fucking strong dudes that think they're like in here.
Let's do a dude
together.
class one day.
Yeah. I want the Brazilian
Film it.
dude,
Let's film it.
the
Straighten those
MMA
legs.
guy, the big white guys who like all of them.
All right, let's bend those knees. Take a nice butterfly stretch. Connect those heels. Bend those knees. Connect your heels. Bend those knees. And let's drop it into a dead frog.
The dead
Like that.
frog. Ow, you're hurting my inner thighs. They have been.
Blessed. Take your right leg out to the right.
Oh,
Bend your left leg behind you like
No.
a broken Barbie.
Nope.
Eden.
nope. I can't.
For real?
You can. Yeah, for real.
Can you do this? Can you bend
Don't
this
let
up
her.
behind you?
Careful.
Yeah, no, I don't think you can. It's okay. And then bend that in. Take your left leg out to the left. You guys did so good.
Oh my
seriously.
God, that was so good.
I can't believe it's your first time. You killed it.
Yeah, this was so nice.
But next time it's gonna be 50 minutes.
That's it.
Oh, let's go.
Let's get Blake in here.
Yeah. Blake the Builder. Let's go, baby.
All right, let's take these off. You guys absolutely slayed.
Oh.
Slay town. All right.
The best. What was the best part of that
So good.
for you?
This last part.
Fetus straps.
Felt so nice.
Fetus straps.
The best part for me was watching you shake like a baby.
That was my favorite part, not gonna lie.
Right? Yes. You got it. You got it.
I love you.
I'm sweating. Yeah.
You did so great. So good.
You
Seriously.
did.
Did I?
Yeah.
Thank you. So now you have this come to Jesus moment, right? Because again, you see your disease, how bad it's getting. Now you're saying, now I'm going to the rooms. I'm getting the sponsor. You have what, 2.5 years now?
Just over.
So a little over 2 years
April,
now.
I'll be 3.
So now, how did you? Okay, so you've already learned your lesson now, right? You've had all these things. You were empty. You tried recovery, white knuckling it, right? No sponsor, getting all more things, still not enough, right? You tried going back to drinking, saying, I can't do that. So now you're fully surrendering. What does your life look like now? What have you been doing now this time around to heal?
I mean, I had to look at my whole life and just like from the simplest things, how unmanageable they were to me. Everything from cobwebs on my car, like that sounds stupid, to my mailman leaving a note in my mailbox, get your mail. Like, it sounds ridiculous. I could not do these things, like on the daily, how to just live life. So I got the sponsor that I have now a little later on. I worked a couple steps with someone else and still had my disease and a few men that I didn't know what I didn't know until it was shown to me. So I made some poor decisions in the beginning of my recovery, and then my brother overdosed and died. And then I was starting a podcast back then, a recovery podcast with my partner, and my brother died, and she's going through cancer, and life was still kind of like, but I had to do the work. So when my brother died, his best friend growing up, he had what I wanted, which was weird because he's a black man and he was in like, grew up in Beverly Hills, but in prison. That's how I felt inside. Like, truly. It sounds crazy, but I'm like, Shannon, this doesn't, you and me, it's the weirdest, funniest, greatest thing. And that being said, today it's a little different too. But I had to really look at everything and go deep and look at these behavioral patterns in the beginning and do my step work. And then I had to give this all over to something bigger than me, which I really have this relationship with I call it God, with this awareness, with this field, with this. At first it was like a man in the sky. And I'm like, no, that's not it. No, it's love. It's love. It is love. It is love. It's love. And then I found it in my breath work. And when I would do breath work, everything would go away. Nothing was there. But like this like stillness and joy. And it was the happiest in my breath work with nothing there, with no idea of anything or anybody, but joy. And I was like, I want this forever. I want to stay here. Please don't make me go back. And he said, you'll find me in your breath. Go back and do my work. And I'm like, and then I was writing in my journal and it's like, you're human. And I'm like, but I don't like this experience. But you're human. And I'm like, oh fuck, how do I find a way to like this? I just started diving deep, whether it's in my steps, it's with my sponsor, it's going to meetings. I do a lot of breath work and meditation. I do a lot of listening to, at first it was all just about church and service and this and that, and then I pulled back from that. And the message there is clear and I love it. My sponsor said, read the Bible, read the Bible, read the Bible. I'm like, I don't want to. Not because I don't want the message, because I believe it and I do want it, but it wasn't calling me. And so I found it in like Stoicism and like philosophers and Alan Watts and Muji and this Eastern tradition of this like simplicity of like, and it's not simple. It's actually more difficult than having to like think that you're turning it over to something, you know, and abiding by these stories, which are beautiful. It's about like this Christ consciousness, right? And what is that consciousness and where does that lie within me? And so it's just been unfolding and unfolding, but I have to go in and I have to search for it. I can't think it's just gonna happen by like osmosis. But like I fall asleep sometimes at night and I rewire. I know that it's this mind. I have to rewire the mind. I have to renew the mind. When I was reading the Bible, that stuck out to me like, whoosh. I'm like, whoa. And now some people who aren't, you know, who speak a different language, I'm like, you've been plugged in for 52 years, Eden. You have to unplug. And what do you plug back into? Like, what do you do? So we have 12 steps that are designed for living. And like, I've just been like, there's nowhere I'm trying to get to. There's nothing I need more of. There's nothing. This is an existence in this human form for a short period of time or a long period of time that I can get to choose to live this life. But like to get rid of all these things that we've been talking about and to come back to just this like that experience that I had, that simple joy. If I can always just come back to that and still have this human experience, which is going to be like the food, the men within reason, you know, it's all, I mean, that's part of this human experience. And then I think, okay, so maybe that's what it's all about, is those two. How do I bring these two together? And I do. I have a doctor who's an energetic doctor, and he works with me on that field, and he realigns things, and he can pick up places. And then it's a very different way of looking at things. And then I love health and wellness. Like I stopped that too in my 2.5 years. I was like, I'm going to stop it all. There's going to be no men. There's no exercise. I switched from the psychology behind the nice cars to like, you know what? In my world, it was a big deal. So I'm gonna switch it all. See, it's uncomfortable for me to even say it because I'm no different than anyone. But my mind wanted this when I could be driving this. This is how I work. So I really just pulled it all back to like find the essence of it. And now I'm sort of building back this like, okay, how do I connect the mind and this spirit of who I truly am? Like that girl who just was looking for love in the chaos of the crazy. Now if I can look at the chaos of the crazy as this human experience, that could be really fun and exciting. And still find that, just be in that love. You are that love. I've always been that love. I just didn't know, and no one to show me the way. So I was just searching and searching and searching and searching, and now I'm like, wait, hold on. I get it. Can I just stay here and then play with all the rest of that stuff? Like play that game? I've shifted the whole mindset. And there's so much to learn on a daily basis and so much to still surrender to. And every day morning I have to do it. Because this fucking thing wants to take me out and do all the things we've been talking about for the last however long we've been talking. No, unplug. I surrender. What do I need to do today? Work from that spot of love, of God conscious, of Christ. And the rest will take care of itself. So all of that for what? To come back to like, I am just simply this, right? Not complex, but so complex. Kind, but so fucking bitchy and judge myself all day long.
Would you say that for you, like working those steps really was like the pivotal moment for you to really fully change internally?
100%.
Once you start to look within, where now you can realize these things, right? You still have the trigger or the urge, but you can like, hold on. Before it was just urge to go for it. But now you have, hold on, let me kind of see, oh crap, I did it again, but let me examine it. Okay, let's try not to do that. So now you have that awareness.
Yeah.
You're looking at, and I love how you challenge yourself, right? I'm not gonna drive that car. I'm not gonna look like this. I'm not gonna go do these things. Let me just see what's underneath it all. Because you already know none of that really matters.
None of it.
None of that's gonna do anything for me.
But interestingly enough, like I even changed, like I was sweatpants, hoodie, don't touch my hair, don't do my makeup, don't do this, don't do that. Like I pulled out fully.
Yeah.
And then people are like, what are you doing? You're still part of this society, of this world. You know what I mean? So I then now I'm like, okay, how do I do this dance?
Yeah.
And it can be really fun. Yeah.
That's.
No problem.
No, it's okay. So cute. They're gonna have class here in a minute.
Yeah, we're about to finish anyways. Okay, so now you're at this place, right? You seem happier than ever, right? Life's going good for you now. Would you say this is the happiest you've ever been?
I mean, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and I hope that I can work from this place and just allow the rest to sort of ripple out to whatever. Yeah, that's I don't know what all that is. I really don't know what all that is.
Well, I just want to say, I do appreciate you being so authentic and vulnerable. You know what I mean? You said so many things. It just shows you that like you're humble. You shared a lot of vulnerability. You also shared too, right? Just like the human experience of the defects and how we live our life when we're in this place of just looking for love and connection. And it doesn't matter who you know, what you have. You know what I mean? It affects all of us, right? And I love that you're able to kind of bring light to that, because I think a lot of people in this world are chasing success, chasing looking physically the best shape of their life, whatever it is, right? Chasing that idea of what a marriage or the kids or the house or the this. You see it all the time, right? Whether it's through social media, whether it's through your community, whatever it is, right? And you're kind of sharing like, none of that shit matters. If there's something you're feeling like you're looking for in here, it's none of that. It's none of that. If somebody today was in a place feeling like how you felt, lost, broken, maybe they have all this going on in their life, but they feel so alone and they feel stuck. They're like, I can't just get up and change my life. I can't just go get myself help. Like I have bills, I have responsibilities. I can't let people know. What is my family gonna think about me? What are my friends gonna think about me? What would you want to tell that person?
Actually, my sponsors is exactly that. And she's like, my life is so good on the outside, and everyone's exactly what you just said, and I'm miserable. I'm like, where do you start, right? Where do you start? What are the slow, clearly she's doing the step work, so this is the beginning of her journey. Like, if you're willing and ready to surrender, to make changes, I mean, I start with like, okay, I'm ready, now what? And I just start to write, and then I get into the step work. I think the journey is very personal. It's very clear as to what we do in the 12-step program. Are you willing? Are you ready? Do you want to change? Are you looking for something? Find it. It's right there. I guarantee you it's right there. There's not much you have to do, but we complicate everything. I should speak for myself. I do. It can be so simple. if you allow it to be that simple. Like, truly so simple and so beautiful. There's so much that I would tell that person, but like, I need that person. Otherwise, I like quiet and like, you have the answers. What are you looking for? Like, really, what are you looking for? And where are you looking to find that? What does that mean? It's like, if we think about it, we're all searching for the same thing, and we're all looking in all these places that like think, and you know what? Some people are happy with that. Everyone's got their own experience. Some people, that's as deep as they'll go, right? And that fills them up. Great. I'm not that person. So, I mean, I say, smile, get ready, fucking have an experience. Go deep. What the fuck are we doing here? But I was happy in that exercise with you. I found joy.
Yeah.
I had moments of peace. I was laughing. Like, that's, hey, do more of what, also follow the love, follow the joy. You think it's easy? Try it.
I love that. Yeah, I think you said it perfectly right? We're all looking for the same thing. Just figure out where you're looking for it at, because you're probably looking in the wrong places. Once you can realize that, then you can figure out where everybody else is finding the right thing.
Yeah.
Look for it there. It's right there. It's right in front of you.
Right. And it's right here.
Yeah.
It's really right here.
It's just that connection.
Yeah.
We want to be seen, heard, understood for who we are. Have a moment of laughter and joy, or you don't need to do anything or be anything, just be present. And that's what life's about, is how do I continue to have that peace?
Right.
And then just focus there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I love that. Well, I just want to say, thank you so much for today. I really do appreciate it. That was
Thank you.
It took me for a journey. I got to learn more about you and stuff like that, and you truly are somebody who's very humble, because there's a lot of things that people experience you that I never knew. And that just shows you, because you're like, yeah, I don't care about that stuff. It doesn't matter, and that's a beautiful thing to have. Because I think sometimes a lot of us think we have to prove who we are, who we know to people in a moment, thinking that's what's going to get us to be accepted and liked. And really, it's like, you don't want relationships like that.
No. No.
They're very empty.
No.
And stuff like
Which
that.
is a whole nother podcast.
Yeah. But I appreciate you. So if people wanted to maybe reach out to you to get some love, some hope, some wisdom from you, where can they reach you at?
On my Instagram, Eden Sassoon. Yeah, 100%. I'm there. I mean, I really am, and that happens a lot. So I'm available.
Yeah. All right. Well, I love you too.
Thank you.
And thank you. And we finished right on time.
Right on time.
And I talk to the stars.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And in today's episode, we learned through Eden's story how from the outside it can look like we have everything, but on the inside we feel like we have nothing. We learned through Eden's story that she thought she was living for herself, but she was actually living for everybody else. And so if you're someone today who's feeling depressed and lonely, I hope that you can find it in yourself to learn that you don't have to please everyone. Not everybody has to like you. You need to separate yourself from society and for what you think you're supposed to be, so you could truly become the version that God made you to be. And so guys, I want to say thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Vulnerable Reps podcast, and I'll see you on the next one.
I'm gonna be okay.